Hey there, everyone. I'd love to introduce you to one of our fave community members, Steve Corney from Learn Awesome.
Hello.
We're here today to chat about portfolios, and Steve has been, as always, really great in publishing his portfolio. So what we're going to do today is just give you a bit of a behind the scenes of how and why it's even worth doing this. So Steve, I'll throw to you. Hi.
Thanks, mate. Hey, happy New Year. I don't know what time some people are watching this in, but if it's 2022, let's strap in for a rad year. Hey, Carls, thanks for being so polite because you said that I was really good at putting my portfolio together. How long have I been on the platform and how long have I fought you tooth and nail with all the justifications under the sun as to why Learn Awesome and me are too cool to have a portfolio? I think the word of the day is NDA. I kept using it. Oh my gosh.
That's right. And I love that you did that because it just kind of made us realize that we won't be able to just throw people's work out there, which is what we wanted to do because we love your work. So now only people who are logged in as users can view portfolios, and that was based on your NDA feedback. But
Cool.
I guess that's not the full story with NDAs. It is really sort of challenging, and I know that that's really important. So how did you get over that?
Yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough. And look, maybe it's an NDA. Maybe I don't actually do any work and I have no skills in the L&D industry and I'm just using NDAs to hide behind. But in actual fact, that's not the case. No, we get to work. We're so privileged to work with some amazing clients. And I get it, right? Clients, they let us into their world. They show us their internal systems, their policies, their procedures. We build amazing training programs around those. And then we say to them, hey, do you mind if we share this with the world to show how cool we are? And they're like, yeah, we actually do mind. So no, you can't. And then we're in this sort of conundrum where it's like, it's a paradox, right? It's like, I want to show people how good I am at doing work. And in order to be able to get new gigs, of course, someone wants to see that you can do stuff. They don't just want to hear from it or read about it. So there's that aspect, but then I want to honor and be, good to my clients because I don't want to start showing them their stuff without their permission. So yeah, here is the paradox. So what did we end up doing is we were fortunate that we got some capacity at the end of the year because it's been a crazy year, 2021, where I thought, you know what, screw this. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to create some Learn Awesome specific portfolio pieces. And I'm going to take some of the cool stuff from our previous client projects, and I'm going to just rebadge and repurpose them into a Learn Awesome branded example of what we can do. And that's going to be my way to get around the whole NDA thing because I'm not actually showing any internal content and I'm not breaching any previous deals with clients. And all I needed, Kyles, was a platform to be able to do it. And thankfully, Change Republic, who are amazing at taking and receiving and implementing feedback from the community, have gone and done this amazing thing, which I'm sharing at the moment. So thank you, dude. Thank you very much for your coding efforts.
No worries. I was at great risk of actually just building it and then having you telling me about the NDAs afterwards. So that would have been a disaster.
No, absolutely not.
So that's great. So I think you're going to dive into Knots for Trees.
Yeah, look, this is our portfolio, right? So obviously, we only have one account on the Republic, which is just under my name, but it's really our little mini agency just to make us feel cool about ourselves. But what I really like is just how easy it is to put stuff on here. So we've gone and added maybe 8 or 9 different examples that, now I need to make the little prints and no longer a draft. I need to make that publishable. And hey, last night I thought, we've got a little PDF that I want to show off. So I put that in as a portfolio piece as well with a link to the PDF to our website, which allowed that to happen as well. But hey, as an example, I'll go into say Knots for Tree Work as an example. And this is something that we spun up for a client in the ARB industry, and they haven't decided whether or not they want it yet, but it's freaking cool. And it shows off our storyline skills and our design skills as well. We just badged it with Learn Awesome instead. So a little bit of text. I mean, how long did this take? It took us time to build the example, right? But that's fine. That's all part of the deal. That's a marketing expense. But in terms of like typing a bit of info in here, it's probably like a 10-minute job if you're going full tilt at it. Yeah. From there, it's like, you've got a few screenshots, which is cool. And then there's obviously a link, which we can add audio, video, thank you again, or a link to wherever that goes. Now, what I've done is, I'm just going to move my Zoom controls out of the way. What I've done is I've linked it to our portfolio on our website, which
Yeah, and
is
you did
another.
you did this in Vimeo, didn't you?
Yeah, correct. So this is our website. So we have a page on our website called Radness, which is our virtual portfolio. And then I thought, man, I really want to just do it super easy. And one of the challenges is when you give people free reign on a e-learning artifact, you don't know that they're going to see the stuff that you want to see. So I wanted to sort of control that experience a little bit and sort of highlight some of the reasons as to why we did stuff or how things worked, et cetera, et cetera. So a screen record of me experiencing the learning was a happy middle for us. So what I've done here is I've gone and created videos that are about 3 to 5 minutes each around me explaining each of the portfolio pieces. So for example, and I've used Vimeo as the example because it allows you to create a pretty cool experience here. So this is, again, I'll turn the audio off because you don't need two Steves on a Zoom. But all I've used here is I've used Vimeo's built-in screen recorder because you press record and bam, off it goes. It publishes it straight away.
I haven't seen this one.
Oh, you haven't seen this one? Yeah. It's beautiful when you've got amazing designers, not Steve running and building stuff for Storyline. So yeah, I talk about the reason or the motivation or the commercial aspects of why this has been created for the client, what they wanted, how we solved it. And then I go into sort of just explain and show, the benefits of, say, the program and obviously how all that works. So yeah, in this case, it was in the ARB industry, they need to know how to tie knots, but this business didn't have their own thing that they could show how to train knots, but they had all the expertise, they had all the knowledge, and instead they were just referring to third-party apps, YouTube, etc. And I suggested to the CEO, hey, why don't you guys have your internal team teach how to tie knots so that then when you run your private programs, you can give your own internal links. And so I guess for me, it's that aspect of L&D that I really love, is that stitching of learning and development and commercialization of learning into one. So this has been a really fantastic way for me to do that. And then I just invite them at the end of the video, hey, if you like that, or you want to see some other stuff, reach out, have a chat, whatever, happy days. So yeah, dude, that's pretty much how it works. There is one there that is an actual link to a Storyline file, which is obviously our Speaker Muscle Training Gym, which is one of our internal programs. So we've got no problems giving people free reign to that. But yeah, that's
amazing.
It. Portfolio
I was going to say awesome, but I thought I might be overusing the word. So Steve, give me the lowdown. How long is it taking you? Like you're saying it's a marketing expense, but say if you're just an individual freelancer who's maybe got a side hustle going, they've got a job, kind of roughly how much time do you reckon it would take someone to create a basic portfolio?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it depends on there's a couple of things that are at play here in terms of what's your poison, like what tool are you using? Are you using multi-tools? If you're in the Articulate suite, for example, you might want to create a Storyline, you might want to create a Rise, which is cool. Rise wouldn't take you too long, depending on the topic. I think I saw a video that you guys did previously of a dude that created just how to cook a particular dish and an area of passion. So that would be a really good tip, again, to reinforce, is that if you've got an area of interest, it doesn't matter like what the clients are looking for when they're coming for potential gigs. I put myself in their shoes. They don't want to see that you can build stuff for other clients. They want to see your style, your flair, your tone, your way of doing things, because at the end of the day, they're going to buy that because you're going to then create something bespoke and custom and wonderful in their sort of needs and design. So that's really important. So the topic that you do is irrelevant, and it can be super short. I mean, all I think about is what are some of the cool things in Storyline from an interactive perspective that I want to show off. I want to show off the ability to transition. I want to show off layers. I want to show off variables and stuff like that. Cool. I could spin up 3 slides in Storyline and do a name variable and maybe a slider and then maybe a transition, and I'm done with some slick graphics. In Rise, I might show some of the cool things that Rise does with a topic of interest for me. So yeah, I would say, an hour or so per piece to create in the tool of choice, and then 10 minutes or so to put it on the wonderful world of Change Republic.
Yeah, awesome. And yeah, we find that we know that the portfolios are really important, because we've now got clients coming to us saying, if people don't have a portfolio, we won't select or shortlist them, which was kind of an unintended thing. We actually just wanted to help the process. We didn't actually realized that people would make choices based on that. And I guess that's why it's helpful for us to dive in.
Yeah.
So now
Totally.
we're kind of thinking about, okay, we need to kind of help everyone get to the stage where they can show their work. But what they do say is when it is, you've got a lot of examples here, so you're showcasing heaps of skills. If people don't have time to do that and they can share something about themselves, like with you doing the voiceover, I think that's really good because people don't just decide on what type of work you can do. They
Absolutely.
are also deciding who they want to work with as a person. So we encourage that kind of screen share version you did. We really like that.
Yeah, and that's so easy to do. You know, you choose your tool again, right? If it's Vimeo, great. If it's Loom, even cooler, right? It's so easy. And I think all you have to think about is if you're not like me who loves to just talk about stuff on the fly, and I still have my one take wonder guarantee, which is I haven't had to provide any video to editing to my team for a long time because I just do one takes because I love it. If you can get comfortable talking in front of camera and just present yourself and convey yourself as who you are in the real world, that's super important as well. Because as we said previously, people buy from people. So even though you might be Learn Awesome, at the end of the day, the people that are doing the gigs with us are buying Steve because they like my style, they like the tone. And some clients are going to go, you know what? That's cool, but that's a bit too rad for us. We're not interested. We're going to go with someone else. So, and that's cool as well. That's just how business works, right?
Yeah. Well, that is awesome. Thank you for showing us that. And thanks for putting all these examples here. I know that the clients are loving it. So it's amazing.
It's had a massive, like you said, it has had a massive impact where previously we would be saying in our little pitch, hey, we'd love to show you stuff, but let's get into a conversation where I can then maybe show you some examples, but I can't right now because of NDAs. That's now gone. And I've done a few gigs where I've just sort of put in there, hey, check out our portfolio, or here's the link, bam. And people have commented directly on, wow, that Learn Awesome city was pretty cool. We want something like that. Or it's meant the difference between doing a really static PowerPoint to eLearn versus a custom built storyline interactive scenario that's built from the ground up. So that's had direct impact to us as well. So yeah, I just get out of your own way and do it. Stop negotiating with yourself and just strap into the camera, film something, have fun. You'll crush it.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Steve. You're a legend.
No worries. See ya.
Talk soon.
Bye.